Hey YouTube, Twig here, bringing you all an update to my Vision Hero Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile for Post Ghost from the Past, the second haunting. We got a bunch of not new reprints, but reprints from the original Vision Hero cards that were released in an older Battle of Legends set. And with this release, getting cards like Vision Hero Increase and Vision Hero Forest is much easier. So I figured I'd do an update to the pure Vision Hero deck. This focuses on the playstyle of the Vision Heroes, which is to set up many of the different Vision Heroes as face-up traps in the Spell and Trap card zone, which you can then utilize with all of their many different effects and the spell and traps we have for the Vision Heroes as well. So let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So we'll go ahead and start off with some of the bigger numbers for the Vision Heroes. For the main deck Vision Heroes, we're running 3 Vision Hero Vion. One of the most well-known Vision Heroes. If it's normal or special summon, you can send 1 hero monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can only use this effect of Vion once per turn. And once per turn, you can banish 1 hero monster from your graveyard to add 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand. So this setup gives you one of your main go-to fusion plays, which is the polymerization, being able to go for the good majority of the different monsters that we run in the extra deck thanks to this search, and being able to have this search just with this card when it's normal or special summon can also be utilized with some of the other Vision Heroes we run, including 3 Vision Hero Forest. This is one of the more pricier cards, but much more readily available thanks to the latest Ghost from the Past. You can discard 1 other hero monster to special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summon, you can place 1 Vision Hero monster from your deck except for Forest in your Spell and Trap card zone as a face-up continuous trap. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except for hero monsters. You can only use each of the effects of Vision Hero Forest once per turn. So the setup with this card is just the option then needed to then utilize the many different Vision Heroes we run in the deck, including our Vision Hero Increase, one of the better cards to set up in face-up Spell and Trap card zone as a trap. If you take battle or effect damage while this card's in your graveyard, you can also place it in your graveyard into your Spell and Trap card zone as a face-up continuous trap. And during the main phase, if this card is treated as a continuous trap, you contribute 1 hero monster to special summon this card. And if it's special summoned from the Spell and Trap card zone, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Vision Hero monster from your deck. You can only use each effect of Increase once per turn. So you'll set up the Increase with the Forest and then special summon out the Increase to then special summon out the Vion, which will then be able to help to set up your card in the graveyard to then banish for the polymerization surge. It's the main play, but also why you want to run numbers of all these so you can see them more often for all of your plays. For some of the lower numbers for the Vision Heroes, I run 2 Vision Hero Gravito. If this card is normal or special summon, you can target 1 of your banished hero monsters, add it to your hand. You contribute this card, then target 2 Vision Hero monster cards in your Spell and Trap card zone and special summon them. You can only use each effect of Vision Hero Gravito once per turn. More of a setup card with the option to then have your banished cards, which will then be banished because of cards like Vision Hero Bion, added back to your hand. And also you contribute this card to target 2 Vision Hero monster cards in your Spell and Trap card zone, and special summon can help to move cards along much more quickly, like Vision Hero Increase onto the field. For some of the other lower numbers for the Vision Heroes, I also run 1 Vision Hero Minimum Ray. If you take battle or effect damage while it's in the graveyard, you can place this card in your Spell and Trap card zone. And also, during the main phase, if this card is treated as a continuous trap, you contribute 1 hero monster, special summon this card. And if this card is special summoned from the Spell and Trap card zone, you can destroy 1 level 4 lower monster your opponent controls. It's only a 1-of because it is a pretty technical play to get around, but still useful for that setup. And the fact that it just has to tribute a hero monster means we can run more of a generic hero lineup to help assist with these setup cards. And also 1 Vision Hero Multiply guy, having the same option with the battle or effect damage while it's in the graveyard to set it in your Spell and Trap card zone, and being able to tribute 1 hero monster to special summon this card, and also being able to then make 1 face-up monster on the field gain 800 attack. It's only a 1-of, but still good for the potential setup since it's also a once per turn. So the more you have these Vision Heroes in your graveyard ready to go, the more they can be special summoned out onto the field when you take damage. And also 1 Vision Hero Poisoner. If you take effect damage, the same setup as the other ones, and if it's special summoned from the Spell and Trap card zone, you can half the attack of 1 face-up monster on the field. More useful, I would say. Multiply guy has the nice little attack bump, but being able to half an attack means you can get over a good majority of cards that may be on your opponent's field. With the last of the Vision Heroes being the 1 Vision Hero Witch Raider. This is more of a card you use with the face-up continuous traps you have. You to tribute this card face up You can also tribute traps you control, which will be all your Vision Hero monsters in your spell and trap card zone. And when this card is normal summon, you can destroy all spell and traps your opponent controls. You cannot special summon during the turn you activate this, except for hero monsters, which doesn't really lock you out of the deck much for what else we run for those plays. For the additional hero cards, I also run 3 Elemental Hero Stratos, being more of a searcher when it's summoned just to add 1 hero monster from your deck to your hand, so you can add cards like Vision Hero Forest to your hand to then help initiate more of the plays because of it. And also, I run 3 Elemental Hero Solid Soldier. The one card I didn't put in the deck is Destiny Hero Malicious. I know it's a 2 of. You could potentially take out the Solid Soldier for the Destiny Hero Malicious. You would put 2 Malicious and then maybe 1 Shadow Mist, or even keep the 1 Solid Soldier. But I like the Solid Soldier for the Stratos or additional Vision Hero monster to set up on the field and then use for tribute costs for summoning out the Vision Heroes from your spell and trap card zone. But that is it for the main deck monsters. We'll now move on to the spells. I run 3 Vision Release. You target 1 Vision Hero monster card in your spell and trap card zone and special summon it. And during your main phase, except the turn when this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard to target 1 Vision Hero monster in your graveyard, add to your hand. So some of the more important cards that you can recycle back, including Forest and also your Vion for more additional setup for your Vision Heroes in the graveyard. Vision Release is great for the special summon because it is also not a once per turn. So if you have multiple Vision Release in your hand, you can activate all of them. You just have to wait a turn to activate the graveyard effect to recycle those cards back to your hand. And I also run 1 Vision Fusion. I only run 1 of this card. I potentially would increase it if I were to do so. I'll tell you what cards you could take out for a second copy. You fusion summon 1 Hero Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. You can also use up to 2 monster cards in your spell and trap card zone that are being treated as continuous traps by banishing them. So the only reason I run 1 of this card is the option does pop up, but there are more situations where I would prefer to summon out those monsters to make use of their own monster effects than to just use them for the fusion plays. If I were to stick to some of the fusion plays, I would just use the polymerization, because cards like Vision Hero Vion, I would say, can move much more quickly to then add that card from your deck to your hand. Only 2 copies though. It matches with the Vision Fusion to work. You could always try and reduce the number of Vision Release, but like I said, this card is not a once per turn, so I really do like having this as more play extenders in the deck to use. I also run 2 Hero Lives. I know this card's at 3, but this really isn't an Elemental Hero deck to focus on the special summoning. It's nice to have the Stratos and the Solid Soldier play the setup just by controlling no face-up monsters, which can also be done when you don't have any cards in your monster zones because they're in your spell and trap card zone that you'll soon make use of after tributing that hero. But once again, I just feel 2 is enough in the deck. For more of the extra deck plays, I also run 3 Mask Change. All the Vision Heroes are Dark Attribute, meaning we can go for some of the better Masked Hero targets, including Masked Hero Anki and Masked Hero Darklaw, to set up on the field and either shut down your opponent's plays or hit for direct damage and search. You definitely want to run 3 of this card just because it's one of the better cards to utilize your Vision Heroes for their potential. And then for the rest of the spells, I run 1 Reinforcements of the Army, 1 Foolish Burial, and 1 Call by the Grave. The Foolish Burial can set up any of the Vision Heroes in your graveyard to then be set up back into the spell and trap card zone when you take battle or effect damage, but also being able to use the Search as that additional card. If you didn't want to run Call by the Grave, you can always use that as an additional spot for a second copy of Vision Fusion, but it's player preference at that point. And then for the additional traps, we only run a couple traps because, once again, the Vision Heroes do count as the majority of traps to set up for cards like your Witch Raider and to special summon from the Spell and Trap card zone. But I also do run 2 additional Apparition. If a face-up hero monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, special summon 1 level 4 lower Vision Hero monster from your deck, then you can have the original attack and defense of 1 monster your opponent controls. You can only activate 1 Apparition per turn. So it's kind of like the hero signal for your Vision Heroes, being able to make use of the hero monster that was destroyed by battle or card effect. Additionally, if you take any damage from that play, you can also go for the additional Vision Hero summons on the field, but this is mostly here just to give you that other resource on the field, but still being able to weaken one of your opponent's other potential monsters that hasn't attacked. And then lastly, the 3 Infinite Impermanence. I'm not a big fan of actually tributing this for your Witch Raider, but if you're going up against an opponent that doesn't really have much for the, monster effect negation, and you just need a way to clear their back row, it always comes up as a potential card just to set and then tribute using your Vision Hero Witch Raider. And that is it for the main deck. We'll now move on to the extra deck. I run one Vision Hero Trinity and one Adoration. With all the different fusion targets you can go into in this deck, I feel one of each of these cards is enough. If you're going for the Vision Hero Trinity play, you're basically going or attempting to go for the win right there. Since this card's attack will become 5,000, it can make 3 attacks, but it can't attack directly against your opponent. So as long as you're going up against a monster that you can deal some pretty big damage for, that's your game-winning play. And Adoration is more also just for another generic play you can use with your hero monsters, just needing 2 hero monsters, unlike Vision Hero Trinity's 3. For the Masked Hero monsters, I run the 2 Masked Hero Dark Law, one of the better targets for the banish, and for the fact that it'll take care of a card in your opponent's hand every time they try and search with it. And also the 1 Masked Hero Anki and the 1 Masked Hero Diane for the Solid Soldier play and the additional Dark Attribute Search using both of these cards. And for more of the generic fusion lineup, we're really only restricted with the hero plays when it comes to Vision Hero Ferris, but if we have more options to go with our monsters, I do run the 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon for the Dark Attribute monsters on the field to summon out, and then make using of our fusion monsters with a Predaplant, Dragostapelia, and lastly the 1 Guardian Chimera as well. If you don't have a spot or a Guardian Chimera, you can always take out this card for additional plays like a Greedy Venom Fusion Dragon, or you can even bump up your Vision Hero spot with a 2nd Vision Hero Trinity or a 2nd Vision Hero Adoration. And for the Link monsters, I run 1 Extra Hero Wonder Driver and 1 Dread Decimator. The power-up plays with Decimator and then the Search Power, thanks to Wonder Driver, are always nice. Additionally, just needing hero monsters to make them. And more of the generic Link monsters, I run 2 Wee Witch's Apprentice with the Dark Attribute boost, just needing 2 Dark monsters, and Recycle Power for some of our other Vision Heroes in the graveyard back to our hand. And lastly, the 1 Dark the Dark Charmer and the 1 Cross Sheep for the fusion plays you can go into to make use of with your Cross Sheep, being able to then, when you fusion summon, have the special summon of a level 4 lower monster from your graveyard back onto the field, and then Dark the Dark Charmer being able to take our opponent's Dark Attribute monsters to then use for, let's say, some of our other bigger fusion plays. And then as for some of the go-to plays in the deck, like I said, with Vision Hero Ferris being a much more obtainable card for people, being able to set up that combo play, being able to discard 1 other hero monster, as long as you have that card, if it's a Vision Hero, it's all the better, because once again, you'll set up that Vision Hero in the graveyard for you to then summon back when you take damage, special summoning out the Vision Hero Ferris onto your hand, and it doesn't take up your normal summon, but if it's normal or special summon, you can place 1 Vision Hero monster from your deck, except for Ferris, in your spell and trap card zone, which you can then set up the Vision Hero Increase, and then you can use Increase's effect to tribute a hero monster you control and special summon this card onto the field, and then use Increase's effect to then special summon an additional Vision Hero, which the one you want to go for this time is Vision Hero Vion, which you can then use to send another Vision Hero from your deck to the graveyard. And then you can go for the banish. Normally you could banish the Vision Hero Ferris, since the Gravido and the Poisoner both have special summon effects from the graveyard as well. So with those 2 cards, you will then add your Polymerization to your hand. You can then use this to fuse both of your Vision Heroes together into your go-to target play. You use the Ferris play, so remember you're locked into heroes, but then you could just go for the Vision Hero Adoration play, and with that being able to target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls and 1 other hero monster you control, and the opponent's monster's target loses attack and defense equal to the attack of the targeted monster, meaning you can then hit over a good number of different cards your opponent may have thanks to your Vision Hero Adoration, and then it just goes from there. Additionally, because if you have cards like your Mass Change, you can then switch out the Vision Hero Adoration after hitting for that damage into 1 additional hero monster. Depending on which one you go into, you can continue your plays more and more using both of these cards. And if you opened up cards like your Hero Lives beforehand, gaining the 1 additional hero on the play, it just gives you more and more search options also, because then you can go for the special summon of a particular hero monster on the field, and then along with being able to keep your Vision Hero Adoration on the field, you can use the Mass Change to take the cards like your Elemental Hero Solid Soldier to then summon out cards like your Elemental Hero Masked Hero Diane to the field, which can attack over the monster that you lowered the attack with your cards like your Vision Hero Adoration to swing into, and then gain another special summon of a different Vision Hero monster from your graveyard back onto the field also. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video. It's definitely been a while since I looked back on the Vision Hero, but like I said, ready availability of the many different Vision Heroes that we run in the deck was the main problem we had, just with how difficult it was to obtain those cards. But with the new set, it's definitely a lot easier of a deck to build, so definitely look into building it, and who knows, maybe we'll get some new support for it in the future as well. And as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kira Twig out.